$2,000. No problem. Whatever you need, I'll worship. If we get married, I need my nails and toes done. Why someone? A real man ain't got no problem with that. I'll do it.
Not me.
It's the same thing with God. When you come to God, you can tell how much a man is in love with God by how much he praises and worships him. You ain't got to beg no real man to get up and pray. He knows that. You ain't got to beg no man to worship because he is in tune with his love for God, y'all. A real man knows that he has to be a priest for his family. Watch this. A real father, and I'm going to say this again, or leader, has to be set apart from the world so that he is not tainted by their ideologies and their principles. A real father who is a priest realizes that worship and sacrifice are the instruments that will propel his family. Y'all listen, I'm going to teach you today. Worship and sacrifice are the instruments that will propel his family. That's why you got to be a priest. When a man, y'all listen to this. When a man praises something other than himself. Wait, let me get this out right. Hold on. Devil try to mess that up. Y'all know it's good when you try to tie your tongue. Watch this. When a man praises something other than himself, his level of influence is magnified because God can now trust him. God can trust him to give him the praise, the glory, and the honor. So in return, God increases his level of influence because he can trust him. The Bible says in 1 Peter 2:9, but you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light, who once were not a people, but are now the people of God, and who had not obtained mercy before, but have now obtained mercy. God is saying to all the men in America, when you become a priest for your family, I will begin to have mercy in your situation.
Come on.
The priests know how to petition God for mercy. The priests know how to make the sacrifice for his family. Point number 4. We got one more point after this. The fourth thing in the DNA of a real father is he must be a prophet. A prophet is a person who is chosen to speak for God and to guide his people. Whose people? Not the prophet's people, God's people. So a prophet is a person who is chosen to speak for God and to guide his people. How can a father or any leader lead his family or team effectively without the voice and the direction of God? How can you do it? How can you lead your family or your men's group or your position on your job or your church without the voice and the direction from God? If God is not speaking to you concerning your family, then where are you leading them? A prophet has the ability to speak life into your situation and tell you what you can be and tell you what you can do and tell you what you can become, because a prophet can speak to your destiny. This is why a man has to be a prophet in and of his own home. A real man will prophesy to his wife and to his children and tell them who they are because God has revealed things to him. Every man should have the ability to prophesy over his household. Men, every man should have the ability to prophesy over his household. The Bible says in Numbers 12:6, hear now all my words. If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, shall make myself known to him in a vision, and I will speak to him in a dream. It is from a close relationship with God that the direction of a man's family is revealed. These things must be in the DNA of a real father. And finally, you all, a real father must be a protector. I'm going to say that again. A real father must be a protector. You all, a real father will not hesitate to step out in front of anything to protect what has been assigned to him. When you see a father jumping out in front of a car to protect their kids, y'all, that's because they're the real father. It's in their DNA. When somebody talking down on a man's wife in a position of leadership, he jumps out. Hold on, you ain't gonna talk about my wife. Don't we do that? Hold on. You ain't gonna talk about my wife. Because a real man will step out to protect his family. Y'all, a real father will shield whom he loves against anything that's trying to attack him. Y'all, when we go downtown or whenever I go out with my children, you all, I don't know about y'all, man, but when we cross the streets and stuff, I'm on the outside by the cars. Wife is them is on the inside, because if somebody gonna get hit first, play me something like that. Play me a little crying. If somebody gonna get hit first, it's gonna be me. Listen, a real father is protecting you even when you don't know he's protecting you. Y'all, I come home one day, I got a bag of stuff for the wife. Yeah, babe. What is this? Y'all, I got a comb that if you pull the bottom handle, a blade come out. Keep this in your purse. I got a mace that look like a cell phone. Keep that in your purse. I'm protecting my wife at all costs. Because Crystal think nothing gonna happen. Crystal think I'm gonna smile my way out of life. Now let me tell you something. Crystal can be at a light at 11 o'clock on 103rd Halston at night, leaving Harold's Chicken. And a beggar will come and tap the window. No. Ma'am, I need a couple dollars. Crystal will open the door at the light, open her purse while the door hanging open, ruffle through the hundreds. Here you go, man. I got to protect my wife. Y'all, I had to let my wife know that, guess what? Everything ain't sweet.